Hey, this is Sarah Groves.
Hey, what's up, everyone? We're Hawk Nelson.
Hey, this is Greg Long from Avalon.
Hi, this is Stephen Curtis Chapman.
And you're listening to Life-Changing Radio, WSDK 1550.
Joining us on the Rise and Shine hotline right now is our very good friend. It's Drew Crandall from Jacob's Well Christian Coffeehouse. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, everybody.
So, you've been getting ready for another Jacob's Well Coffeehouse. Tell us about the band that's performing tonight.
Yes, it's amazing how quickly the month
I know, right? And well, this is a shorter month, too, sir, so you are not to be blamed for that.
That's right. Tonight at Jacob's Well in downtown Rockville, we have a four-piece group from Charlton, Massachusetts, which is near Sturbridge, called Never Forgotten, and they are a gospel piano rock band. They began as a youth worship group and morphed into a band that composes original songs and tours across New England.
Cool. And how do you find some of these bands? Do they come to you? Do you sort of scout out performances at local other coffee houses, things like that? I mean,
it's really an amazing journey.
Yeah.
After doing this for 18 years, being involved in so much stuff, some of it is proactive on my part, but tons of groups call and contact and email me throughout the region and across the country on a regular basis.
That's
so
cool.
As funny as that may sound, we do not have a lack of candidates for performing at the coffee house. It's more an issue of trying to discern which groups to book and when to book them.
Right. Well, and those juggling skills are well suited for you, sir, since you've done this for so long. I love how you're billing this as Rockville's downtown Christian nightclub. Tell us about the atmosphere that you're trying to achieve when folks come out tonight to a Jacob's Well.
Sure. Well, like some of the listeners out there, I'm an aging baby boomer, and so the 60s and 70s were very impressionable in my life. And back then, there was something called the Jesus movement. And through the Jesus movement, the Coffeehouse movement was birthed. And it's a very laid-back cafe atmosphere where you can come casually and come and enjoy some good munchies and some good music and some good socializing and some good news. And so that coffeehouse atmosphere is really what we desire to create here at Jacob's Well. But over the years, the term coffeehouse has changed. And sometimes younger generations today think coffee houses mean Starbucks. Yeah. And so we started to reframe what the coffee house is about 2 years ago, calling it Downtown Rockville's popular monthly Christian nightclub.
Nice.
Because it's really an alternative to going to a secular nightclub on a Friday night, either as a date night with your significant other or with your family and friends. And it's free, and you don't have to worry about foul language. You don't have to worry about violence and drunkenness.
Yeah.
And so it's really a safe, fun place for people to go on a Friday night after a long week where you're looking to chill out and relax and be inspired.
That's cool. Do you see families with kids come out as well? I mean, it's only,
we do.
7 to 9, right?
Yes,
typically,
that's correct.
Yeah.
And depending on the group that's performing on any given month, we attract a slightly different audience.
Sure.
So some artists attract an older audience, some a younger audience. We think that tonight will probably attract a little younger audience because Never Forgotten did come from a youth group environment. So we're really encouraging families to come out because we think not only will the adults be inspired and encouraged, but this can be a great witness and testimony for the young people.
Sure, bring some friends out. And I think either way, no matter who you have scheduled at Jacob's Well, it's really cool because it's intended to be sort of up close and personal. You're not really trying to pack out a 500-seat hall. You seat maybe 100, 150 at most.
That's right.
And so people can really get up close and personal, really feel like you get to know the artist.
That's right. And they can talk to the artist after the coffee house.
Sure.
And plus, with all of the groups or solo performers, we deliberately request that in between songs they share their testimony of how they came to the Lord.
Good.
So it's a very intimate venue. It's not like you're in the nosebleed section of the XL Center in Hartford.
Tell us what else is coming down the pike. I know you've got your fingers in many different pots, as you always do, but exciting news coming up in the next few months.
Yes, indeed. Next weekend, for those who are married or engaged, there is the Weekend to Remember, which is a retreat for engaged and married couples. It's sponsored by Family Life Ministry, and the one coming up next weekend is in Newport, Rhode Island.
Beautiful.
So it's a very wise investment in your marriage and family that can pay dividends for a lifetime.
Wonderful.
And for future generations and for eternity.
Yeah. And you and I both know that it's a wonderful opportunity.
Yes. So I'd encourage listeners to check out familylife.com. And then in 2 weeks, we have Iron Sharpens Iron.
Yeah.
In Hartford. It's a new venue this year. After years of being at First Cathedral,
right.
They're now at the Connecticut Convention Center in downtown Hartford.
Yeah, we're going to be talking with Brian Doyle in about 15 minutes, in fact.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Brian actually grew up in Union Church in Rockville.
Oh, look at that. See?
So we have a really cool personal tie-in with ISI.
That's nice. Awesome.
And then coming up later this month in March, we have the 14th annual Joy at Work Week. And what we do is we encourage working Christians to take the joy of the Lord to work with them between Palm Sunday and Easter as they remember what Jesus did on the cross for them. And, a grumpy Christian at work or any place is a contradiction of terms.
Yeah.
And so we're encouraging working Christians, take the joy of the Lord to work for a week, see what happens, and maybe you'll start to spill over into year-round.
That would be good.
And so there's some free materials at christatwork.org.
Okay. Excellent.
And then if I have time, a couple more things.
Real quick.
Jesus Fest. We have the first ever Jesus Fest event in downtown Hartford featuring Celtic music and dance by the Skies on Sunday, April 28th at 6 p.m. at South Church on Main Street. It's one of the oldest churches in Connecticut dating back to 1670. So there is a wonderful fresh wind and fresh fire happening there. I helped them to launch their contemporary worship team 3 years ago, and that's going great. And they have a dynamic pastor there from Maine, and he's doing a super job there. So the website there is southchurchhartford.org.
Awesome. Well, Drew, thank you so much for joining us on Rise and Shine. Let's get you back on real soon and talk about other great events that are coming up in Greater Hartford area. JacobsWellChristianCoffeehouse.com for more information about tonight.
That's right. Or they can call me at the office at 860-871-6500.
Great. Take care, Drew. Have a great night.
Thanks. You too.
With quality Christian programming 24 hours a day, we're life-changing radio, 1550 AM, WSDK Bloomfield, Hartford.